out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Seabreeze boats, tame the oceans. Raymarine Electronics. Raymarine, simply superior. On this week's adventure, we're traveling to the Pacific Coast with a group of 14 anglers to experience some saltwater and river fishing. For many of our guests, it's their first trip to British Columbia, and they are pumped. We're staying at Kitimat Lodge, about 800 miles north of Vancouver, BC. Only a short drive to the Pacific Ocean, or a short walk to the Kitimat River, and many more world-class rivers within an hour's drive. Our accommodations are rustic cabins, nestled in the beautiful coastal pines. There's a main lodge that houses the kitchen, dining room, lounge, and small office. We just arrived, and the first thing is to unpack, get our licenses, have a quick meeting with Tracy Hiddle, the head guide and co-owner, and enjoy our first meal. After dinner, the guys unwind, get some fresh air, and Michael Kumar even chops up some logs for the wood stove. What do anglers do before hitting the sack? Get their gear ready for the next day. Here in BC, river fishing is only allowed with single barbless hooks, and one of the chores is either changing from trebles to singles or cutting off two of the hooks of the treble. Not an easy task. Fast forward to our first morning. Time for some coffee, a quick breakfast, and getting our lunches ready for the day's fishing. For our first day's fishing, some of our group are going to fish the Kitimat River for chum and pink salmon. Benjamin Rubini, Joe Kubasik, and I decided to head out in the ocean to try for some bottom fish. I heard stories of halibut so big anglers couldn't let them. Oh, right. Guides arrived with the drift boats, and our boys put on their wading systems, grabbed their river gear, and they're off. While the rest of our group hit the Kitimat River, we arrive at the harbor, check out the tackle section of the harbor store, meet some fellow anglers, and get our saltwater licenses and take in the fresh sea air. We're not on the Pacific itself, but at the back end of Douglas Channel, which stretches 55 miles before it reaches the Pacific Ocean. Our boat Discovery Logger gets fueled up, we grab all of our gear, head down to load up. This is one serious charter boat rigged with Raymarine radar, fish finders, and crab traps. Our guide proceeds to load the traps with the salmon scraps. I like where this is going. Finally, we're off and running, and the scenery in Douglas Channel is breathtaking. Our first stop is to pull over in an isolated bay and set the Dungeness crab traps. We set 3 of them in about 100 feet of water, and we should have a load of crabs to enjoy for dinner. Crab traps set, we're off to our jigging grounds. After a short run, we arrive to our jigging spot. We lower our jigs down to 500 feet. Yeah, 500 feet down, and start jigging. You know, we're here in northern BC, about 800 miles north of Vancouver, staying at Kitimat Lodge. You can see the gorgeous mountains. And we're taking advantage of a slack tide. It looks like a black sea bass.
Beautiful.
He's not too black. Ben, I got a lot of faith that we're going to get more fish.
Much bigger one.
This is going to happen quick. You ready? He's going to be launched. There he goes. I see you have the reel in stealth mode.
Yes. Less friction.
So, Ben, I wonder how our buddies are doing.
They're on the river today. We opened up the opportunity for up to 12 guys to come and join us in BC.
Yep. Okay, oh, it's a lovely ratfish. That is a prize fish. Look at this. Here, you gotta see the mouth on this guy. Can you hold the jig? Because I might get a hit while you do that. Look at his mouth. See his teeth? We rebait our bottom jigs and continue to jig our spoons as we drift anywhere from 300 to 500 feet of water, and Joe Kubasic's hooks something big. What do you think of this? Like easy peasy, bringing up a halibut?
Oh, this is hard work, buddy.
What do you mean it's hard work? It's probably going to be under 200 pounds. So what? You've got the pro jersey on, which I think is great. So you look very professional.
Let's hope that fish is professional. Should I tighten that drag more, Mike? Or better to be safe?
No, I wouldn't if it's
Look
big.
at him go. Oh, look at him go.
Yeah, you can't crank.
Could it be that? Oh, I lost him. Line
No.
broke. Took the whole rig, yep.
Unbelievable. Joe fights what we believe was a monster halibut for I don't know how long, and it breaks his line. The tide is starting to move and our guide decides to take us trolling for some coho salmon. Time to rig frozen anchovies for bait, get the downriggers going and wait for a hit. This spot looks great. The tide is starting to move and other boats are also starting to show up that have the same idea. Now it's a waiting game. We just have to wait and have some silver guests arrive and grab our bait.
Nice.
Man, that was short and sweet. You just had to put the boots to it.
You see how close that was to the
Oh
front?
yeah, oh yeah. What a gorgeous fish.
Beautiful.
Look, he's actually starting to get a little bit of a beak, you know, because when they enter the river systems, their body shape really changes. That fish is so silver.
Nice.
Brilliant. What a fighter, eh, when he hit it?
Beautiful.
Look at this. What a nice break, eh, from getting the bottom fish.
So much power in these saltwater fish.
I agree, that was a short fight. You know what? Claudio's going to be the happiest.
Yes,
He's
he
been
will.
talking about, you know, let's have some fresh salmon, let's have some fresh salmon. Okay, launch him in the box. He's a happy fish. I shake your hand, I'm just going to go like that. Good job. This is funny. Look at, I love cohos. Ben,
Wow.
do you see how much power this guy's got?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Come on. Man, he's still got tons of energy. That was awesome. Good job. Look at this. We'll bring him right up here. Look, isn't that a gorgeous fish? They are so brilliant, so silver. They have so much energy. Ben,
Such
they
a
just go
clean
berserk
fish.
when you
Yeah.
hook them. Yeah, beautiful. Wow, gorgeous. We got a couple of nice cohos in the cooler. Tide is starting to slack off and it's time to try some bottom fishing again. This time we head to another halibut spot. This time Ben hooks up and it is big. It could be a halibut. Watch the motor. Man, all this stuff that I'm saying. Watch this, watch that.
Whoa, Jesus.
Easy.
No way. Did it snap it?
We lost two really big fish and we're getting hungry. Remember those crab traps we set? Time to check them out and collect part of our dinner. Wow, we've got a load of tasty Dungeness crabs. If this is all we caught today, I'm one happy fellow. Time for our guide Mike to measure them and sort them out with the keepers and the ones that have to be released, and then we motor back for an amazing salmon and crab dinner. I think the rest of our group are going to be very happy with the surprise seafood extravaganza. Look at these amazing fresh coho fillets. Do you think the guys could wait to cook them up? Nope. They just started enjoying salmon sushi and lots of fresh salmon fillets left to vacuum pack and enjoy back home. We have so many crabs that the boys lend a hand to clean them up quickly. I think they just wanted to get them steaming in the pot and eat them as soon as possible. What do you do while you wait for dinner to be ready? You brag about the fish you caught, whine about the big ones that got away. Great way to unwind. I wonder if the boys are enjoying their crab feast. At Kitimat Lodge, their fishing adventure starts before it gets light. Early wake up, get your gear on, head over to the main lodge, enjoy a quick breakfast, get your lunches ready, and then it's an amazing combination of either going to a drive-to location and exploring remote rivers on foot, or by using all-terrain vehicles and running down seldom used paths to get to secluded fishing spots, or jumping in jet boats, running miles on the ocean to get to secluded rivers that have no road access. And when you get to the rivers, the lower section is so shallow that you realize why you're in a jet boat. And that's where the jet boating adventure reeling begins. Okay, one small detail. I thought we would jet boat right up to the fishing spots. In fact, we could only get so far with the jet boats, and now it's trekking through the water and also along the shore for about a quarter mile. But I've been told it will be worth the walk. Good sign. I can see salmon in the rapids almost everywhere, and the scenery is amazing. We're so excited to grab our gear, wade in, and start drifting. Ben makes about 2 drift, and it's fish on. It's tough to concentrate on watching your float when you're surrounded by breathtaking snow-capped mountains and you hear fish jumping and splashing in the distance. Wow, what a nice hit. Nice jump out of the water. There's just something about fishing in the coastal mountains. You know, when you think about it, just a little while ago, we were out saltwater fishing, getting all kinds of bottom fish. You think about it, how they're in salt water, and then they come up into these freshwater streams to spawn. This guy's hooked just on the edge of the mouth. And I like the fact that you use single barbless hooks here, so this hook should just fall out. And he's probably gonna just swim away nice and easily. Look at, isn't that a gorgeous fish? Watch. What a beautiful creature. You know, it's nice when you get a fish on these center pins. These are those bare center pins. And it's amazing because we use these in salt water, you know, even in 300 to 500 feet, to jig for fish or to drift and troll like in the Gulf of Mexico. But this is really where they originated, you know, for this drift fishing. You can see the way the line is just coming off the reel at current speed. They are like phenomenal for this kind of fishing. And you can have them in stealth mode, which is right now, which is quiet, or engage the drag. They are so smooth. So I'm gonna try to heave it out there again as far as I can to the far side. There. That's actually a good cast. I'm talking maybe 150, 200 feet. And because I just started my cast, I'm gonna engage the drag. So just by moving the lever that's on the bottom, I'm gonna hold on to it. There is a fish. There's my float. It's coming right at me, so I gotta pick up the line. I'm telling you, this is amazing. And the jet boat ride up was phenomenal. Coming up through those shallow bars. You know, these guys are a handful to land. It's where you keep them. It's so nice with the barbless hooks because they just fall out. I might even be able to use that spawn sack again. Look, what a gorgeous fish. He might swim out of my hands. When you think the predators that they have to dodge, you know, when they're smaller, all the predators, like the larger salmon that want to eat them, the seals that are here on the coast. And look, they made it this far. I love releasing them because I know they're going to spawn. Closed captioning brought to you by Leguano, natural barefoot technology for every adventure. I love to see that jig. Hey! That's what I was using. Yes. Good for you. Yeah, I was up there drifting eggs.
It was set up, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I wanted to see how it casts.
Well, it's bare and bare. I was using the bare center pin. You're using the bare spinning reel.
Yes.
Beautiful. So I'll try to get below it. Hasn't been in the river very long, Ben.
No? Nice color?
Well, we're so close to the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hooked just in the snout, which is good. Oh. I'm here. We've got that fluorocarbon leader on. Beautiful, come on. There. Look at Ben. Isn't that a gorgeous fish?
Oh.
Look at, they call that watermarks. If you just open up the bail a little bit, yeah. The watermarks, you can see where this, like the line, it's almost like it's bleached down here. You hold it. It's your prize. And I'm gonna get the hook out. Look at how well you hooked it, just in the edge of the mouth.
Yeah.
And I love the color, look at it. It goes right in with the scenery here. This nice pink purple color. This should just swim right out of your hands, Ben. It's revived. Nice fish. Beautiful.
I'm using the newest bear spinning reel. will.
This is amazing. You can't get bored here, that's for sure. What I like about too at Kitimat Lodge, they've got a great facility, and they're in a location where you can hit multiple rivers. Sometimes you drive to locations, and then you take ATVs to get back to where the fishing is. Sometimes you go by boat, you know, normal motorboats, sometimes jet boats, drift boats. They have it all covered. Look at how magnificent this pink is. I'm gonna hold them up. You can see the nice watermarks that he has. Look at that high back. You can see why they call them humpies. Look at that big hump they develop. It's just amazing the metamorphosis they go through, you know, when they come in from the ocean. There's that jig out of its mouth. Look at, you can see they've got a big yap. The kind of like a coho salmon. I think they're just a gorgeous fish. Here's, watch him go right back. There he goes. You know, it's nice when you can see so many fish in a pool. Like ahead of me here, we've got a small stream coming in into the main river, and all the black that's out here is fish. You know, I love using these light action spinning outfits. We're having so much fun with the Bear center pin reels. This is a nice change now to go to the spinning rods. And for some reason, jigs, when you come out here, work so well. You can use different artificial lures. It is single barbless hooks. Wow, gorgeous. What a beautiful animal. Come here. Just gotta watch this piece of wood that's right here. What a gorgeous pink. He nailed that jig, just swimming it in front of the fish. Okay, gotta watch those teeth because they do develop pretty nice teeth. There's the jig. One more look. Look at that brilliance coming off that fish. I'm just gonna release him. He should go away really slow. I could fish until dark, but we have to run back down the river, across the channel, drive back to the lodge, and have another amazing dinner. I'm tired of fighting fish, and I'm hungry. Ben, I've never eaten in a parking lot before. Cheers. Cheers. This is really special. Now, you know, the reason we're out here, we have our group of like 11 guys. How many guys are there?
12 guys.
12 guys that came on this trip with us for the Here's the Catch. And they're all bear owners clubs. Yep. They have bear reels. And these guys are like crazy steelhead salmon fishermen. One thing that impresses me is how versatile the Bear center pin reels are. So you've got all these guys that are fishing the rivers, and including us, right? Drift fishing, not just with like drift baits, you know, like artificials, like clear drift or roe, but also working jigs, working flies. And here we are out there, 80-pound braid, same reels, you know, trying to get those big fish. How did you create them so that some of them have a kick-ass drag, a locking drag, and that they're so smooth, they're like a Swiss watch? How do you get away? How can you do all?
Well, it's an evolution, but the reels that we use today on the ocean were a hybrid center pin mooching reel, which was great for the down rigging, and it was very efficient for the bottom bouncing. We were in 300 to 500 feet of water, whereas a normal mooching reel, you have to back off the drag setting to get the spool to spin. I just have a switch. Bang. Switch it, and you're in free spool, and within 15 seconds, you're down 300 feet.
I like the fact that you can switch from having it in the drag mode, locked, to just hitting the switch and it's on free spool.
That's it.
So even for letting the line down, I mean, you touch it and that line, you know, we're using today like 5 to 8 ounce, no, 5 to 15 or 16 ounce jigs. So those jigs fall really quick. The other thing I was impressed with is the line capacity. I don't know if you figured that out before you made the spools, but I figure we've got like 250 yards of 80-pound braid. Yep. An 80-pound braid's got a pretty good line diameter, right? And no problem. I had more than half the spool being down even like 500 feet. The only thing is, it's a lot of work to reel.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio, yes.
So that's what makes it fun. So listen, you dig in. I'm going to start with the crab. So this is the way you do it. You know, I'm going to be in Atlantic Canada in about 5 days. So out there, we're probably going to have lobster, and we're going to have cod. So they asked me if I wanted butter out here while all the rowdies are in there, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go with the actual crab. So I'm using my Italian pliers. You saw that, and it works pretty good. Look, this is fresh Dungeness crab from the Pacific, and this is going to be amazing. Oh, wow. No, I don't care that we're in a parking lot.
No butter needed?
No, it's so sweet. You know, if someone said, what does it taste like? Delicious, I can't tell you.
It's fresh.
Like, how do you explain to somebody when something tastes, it's rich, it's delicious. The other thing that I like about the Dungeness crab, this is the body part. There is so much meat in here. I know for those of you that are like seafood lovers, this meat is so white and so delicious. I haven't even gotten to like the main claws. I mean, that's what they're known for. You know, this is what they call the bread and butter part, right? Because it's the firmest meat. So usually you have crackers, but I mean, I've eaten crabs all over the world and lobster. I just use my fork because they're not mine. So if I bend them, you know, it's okay. But this, the meat in the claw is a little bit more muscular, so it's firmer. I just can't get over how sweet it is. This is awesome. Okay, so what are we gonna do tomorrow?
I think we're gonna catch some pinks, some chum.
What reels do you want to use?
Definitely bear.
Okay. Spinning reels?
Maybe a spinning reel.
Maybe over to jigs?
Yeah.
Drift a little bit?
Yep.
Okay. You gonna wake me up, or you want me to wake you up?
3 a.m.
Okay.
I'll not
Set your alarm.
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You might have to do a recall, okay? Half an hour later, just to make sure that I'm up. Okay. Listen, it's always an adventure. That's all I can say. Cheers. One day I wandered out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Seabreeze boats, tame the oceans. Raymarine Electronics. Raymarine, simply superior.